Hey, good morning. I'm Wendy, and this is yoga for Tutunobuling. Thanks for being here, either live or the recording. Let's begin by taking a comfortable seat. So you can sit up on a yoga blanket if you like. You don't have to sit cross-legged. We'll just take a moment to check in and allow yourself to arrive and see how you're doing this morning. This morning in Santa Fe, around 8:30. Over here on the East Coast near Boston, 10:30. So you see how your body is doing, how your mind is doing, your mood. Just take it in without trying to change anything, without being judgmental. Also be aware of yourself in your environment, and the temperature and the ambient sounds and smells. Be aware of the ground below you and notice the contact of your legs and your seat. And be aware of the space around you, behind you, above you, to your right side, to your left side, and in front of you. And then bring your palms together and come into, again, drop into yourself. And let's begin by creating a positive motivation for our yoga practice. In particular, in Mahayana Buddhism, there is the motivation, the bodhicitta, the motivation of a bodhisattva. May I become a Buddha in order to be of greatest benefit for all sentient beings. So even if that is a little strange, you're not sure what that is, or that's not your thing, just at least motivate in a way. May my yoga practice grow a kinder heart. May I be happier and of service to others and the planet. May I grow in wisdom and compassion and strength. Take a little bow to yourself and to others here on our Zoom Yoga Tutunobuling community. And then let's begin. Next thing we'll do is lie down, and you can pop your pillow. If you had a little blanket, you can put that under your head, not too high, not too big a pillow, but a little one is good. And then bring yourself, come and lie down. And when you first get down, take a bit of a stretch, especially it's fairly early for you all. And just when you stretch and your whole body does a kind of a yawn, we call that pandiculation. It has a word. So let yourself stretch out, move a little, and then bring your knees bent, feet on the ground, and take a moment. We'll take a moment here. Actually, just before we place the hands, give yourself a little bit of a neck massage. Your right hand, bring across the body and massage the left neck and upper shoulder, just for a moment. And shake that out. And then your left hand, bring it across. Give a little massage, shoulder and neck. Shake it out. And bring the arms away from the body. Feel your feet on the ground, and we're going to take 1 minute here in this simple shape, not doing anything, letting go, noticing the breath. If you want to breathe deeper, do that. If you want to sigh, do that. And know that when you're lying like this, and the feet don't have to be in a particular place. They can be a little back or forward, a little wide. You can even have the knees together. But lying down with a little something under your head and the knees bent allows your spine to be in a neutral alignment. So we give this opportunity for the spine to take in a neutral alignment where we're not, slouching and we're not curled up in bed. The spine has an opportunity to elongate. So visualize from the top of the spine, which is nearly as high as your ear canals. If you put your fingers into your ear canals, and if your fingers could meet, you're at the top of the spine. And then let it move down the neck, upper back. In your mind's eye, visualize your spine and the waist and low back and down to the sacrum and tailbone. Oh, the whole length. Just about 3 more breaths. This is a great pose. If you're tired or you have a little bit of back pain or you just need a break but you don't have time for a nap, get down on the floor and do this pose for 5 or 10 minutes, and it can be very refreshing. Very refreshing. Okay, and then we'll move out of the active rest and bring your knees into your chest and hold onto the knees and circle them around. Circle one way, circle the other way. Bring your left knee in and your right foot to the ground and give a pull back with the left leg. And the left leg might go a little bit wider. And you can see if the right leg would like to stretch out. If you stretch it out, pull your toes back. If that doesn't work for you, keep the knee bent. So I always try and give a variety of options because people's bodies are not the same. So when I give the options, it's not like one is better than the other. It's whatever option works for you. And it's also highly likely that you need an option that I haven't even cued. So you listen to your body and make choices based upon that as we practice. Okay, so if you have the right leg extended, you can pull the toes back and the left knee comes wide. With your right hand, just hold on to the knee with the left leg, and with your right hand, give a little tap and a massage across the top of the hip flexors from the front hip bone. And then that hard sort of ropey area to the front of the thigh. Give a little tap there or a little massage. And release. Let's bring the feet to the ground again. Just take a moment to feel the difference side to side. Hug both knees in. Take some circles. Then the right leg can come back, the left foot to the floor. The right knee can go a little bit wider. And then you extend if you wish. You don't have to. You can extend the left leg. Actually, we kept the leg bent a little longer on the other side, so don't be in a rush to extend the left leg. You draw the right knee back. And then if you get the left leg extended out, pull the toes back, and that gives some tugging in the back of your leg. And then just hold on to the right leg with the right hand, and with the left hand, give some mechanical stimulation, some mechanical feedback to our nervous system by tapping the thigh muscle and then the tendinous hip flexor and to the front hip bone. Pat, pat, massage, little rub, pat, pat. Okay, and last moment there. And then let's come back with the knees bent. Feel in your hips. And take the feet as wide as the mat and drop the knees to one side. Let your opposite hip come up. Come back and drop the knees to the other side. So if my knees are going to the left, then the right side of my tush lifts up. And do that for a moment. Just do it so it feels comfortable. We don't, one of the primary, in the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali, which is one of the main guidebooks of the, commentaries on classical yoga, when it talks about asana, doing the poses, it says two things. And one of the things it says is the poses should be sukha, which means comfortable, happy, blissful. Come back to center and let's roll over onto the right side and push up. So it's very important to remember that when you're practicing your yoga, that, the sage Patanjali, who came, they think, a couple of 100 years after the Buddha, when most of the book is philosophical and about ethics and meditation. Bring the soles of the feet together and a little bit away from you, not jammed right up, just a little bit away. And he has really one verse, two verse, but really only one verse that he speaks directly to doing the asanas. And he says the poses should be steady and comfortable. Sthira sukha. What we're going to do here is inhale the knees up and slowly exhale them down. Inhale up, exhale down, and have the feet any distance away. You can be sitting up on your blanket. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and down. Then take a little forward bend here. You don't have to go very far. Look at your feet. My feet are a bit grubby because I've been doing a lot of gardening with bare feet. So as we do the poses, we just do them to remain comfortable. Yes, we stretch. Yes, we can put in effort, but we don't want to hurt ourselves. Yoga is about non-harm. Okay, bring yourself up, bring your hands on the outside of the legs and help the legs up. And then bring yourself onto your hands and knees. So a simple cross-legged pose is called Sukhasana. And just when you sit simple cross-legged, it means happy pose. Okay, so coming onto hands and knees under hips and hands under shoulders. And then as you breathe in, you can arch the back. And as you exhale, you can round the back. Let's do a few of these, arching and rounding. And as long as there's one breath, you let your breath lead the movement. So the inhale leads the arch, and the exhale guides the rounding. Then begin some circles with your hips. Circles left, forward, back, side, other direction. That's it. Over to the side and other direction. And then let's bring it back to child's pose. Big toes together. So you can also, use your blanket or block, and you don't have to go all the way over. You can, your forehead doesn't have to get to the mat, but it's good to have your forehead resting on something. So you might bring a block, or I've grabbed my blanket. And when you get into child's pose, let your hips move a little side to side. Kind of take more weight onto the right leg, more weight onto the left leg. And a little movement side to side. Keep your breath moving. As long as the breath is moving comfortably, that's all. That's mainly important. And then from the hands and knees, coming back, hands and knees, we'll just take downward facing dog twice. So the knees go a little bit further back, the hands spread, and then you take the hips back and you push the floor away along with the arms. And you take the top of the thighs back and you press down into the heels, and the heels don't have to get to the floor. Let your head drop and look back between the feet. If you need to, you come down. We'll stay about 4 breaths. You can inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, press down into heels. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, press down into the heels. So you take your down dog. And then slowly come down, sit up and give a little shake out through your arms. Give a nice shake out, really release out through your arms, shoulders. And then we'll take one more down dog. The hands come forward, the knees go a little further back. You inhale. And look back between your feet. Press the hands, push the floor away. Take the top of the thighs back. Let your heart sink towards the back of the mat. That's it. You can inhale, tiptoes, exhale, press down into heels. That's it. Move the pelvis a little bit side to side. You got it. Yeah. And just 1 or 2 breaths more. Great. That's it. Good. And then release, coming down. Take a moment, child's pose, or sitting up, whichever you prefer. Sometimes people find sitting up more comfortable than child's pose. But just take a little moment. After that, okay, and let's sit up from there. Turn your toes under, and we'll head to a squat. And if it's difficult to squat, no problem. You just do your best. Your heels don't have to come down. They might. So some people are comfortable to squat, and others, we lost the squat. If we were put in chairs at a very young age, then we start to lose our squat. You can move the weight a little bit side to side. Try and transfer weight. You can even try and take a couple of steps if you like in your squat. In India, I remember watching a woman sweeping a whole big floor by squatting, and with her just walking around squatting, doing the broom. So squatting, our bodies are designed to squat, but a lot of us lose it. Then from here, we're going to take the tush up. Let the head hang down for a couple of breaths. Keep the knees bent. Hands can also come to the legs. Then sitting your tush down a little bit more, slowly unwind the spine. The arms can dangle, the head hangs, and we just come up slowly in a way that feels good for you. Knees bent, keep everything dangling. And very slowly the head comes up last. Shoulders go wide, and then we get up and we see where we are. A sunny day. In our upright position, let's inhale, sweep the arms out, take up all the space, and exhale, arms by the side. We can do this a couple of times. Deepen your breath. Breathe in. And then especially exhale, long breath out. Feel that your arms come all the way from your torso, from your upper back and the center of the chest, and reach out, include the shoulder blades, include the collarbones. Exhale. And even with your hands, feel that they come all the way from the feet as you sweep the arms up. Connect the arms, the hands to the feet. Exhale down. So you can really communicate with all of you as you sweep the arms up. And exhale, bring them behind you and interlace, or you can get a belt or a scarf and hold on. You interlace the hands and then you squeeze the shoulders back. And then elbows can bend. Squeeze the shoulders back. You can take a little back bend if you like. Then you can take a little forward bend if you like. And then release the hands, sweep them over the head and down by the side. And then this time the arms come up with your right hand, hold on to the left wrist and take a little side bend. And release the other hand, holds on to the right wrist and take a little side bend, side body, and release, and bring the arms down. Going to, you can bring your hands on your hips, and this is a strengthener for your hip flexor. We're going to balance here. So transfer the weight onto the left leg. And if you need to touch a wall, or if balancing is difficult, just use your finger on a wall or a dresser or your couch. Lift the right leg up. Holding here for a moment. Steady your gaze. Keep the breath moving smoothly in and out. And then exhale, extend the leg. Bring it back, inhale. Exhale, extend. Bring it back, inhale. Use the back of the couch or something, go over to a wall if you need to help for balance. I'm a big fan of using the wall. I'm a big fan of using something to help balance. Absolutely no problem. And then next time, hold the leg out as long as the leg is above the ground. It doesn't have to be straight up. Okay, and then just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly down. So that just gave a nice, squeeze to the right leg. Then let's go the other side. Transfer the weight into the right leg. Lift the left leg up and exhale it out. Bring it in. Exhale out. And in. Exhale out. In. Exhale out. In. And out. And then the next time we'll hold, bring it in. Exhale it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. Sweep palms out. Exhale. This time as the hands come back, take the other thumb on top. Take a little squeeze back. Maybe a little bit of a back bend, just whatever your body likes to do. Bend in the feet, knees, and hips. Maybe a little forward bend, drop the head. Lift the arms maybe a little away from the back. Squeeze shoulders back. And then bringing yourself all the way up, release. And come and stand at the front of your mat. And we're going to take a step back. I'll show you in this direction. So if you bring your feet hip distance, we'll take the weight onto the right leg. And as we step the left foot back, notice I keep some distance between the feet. Try not to bring your back foot behind the front foot, so you keep a little distance. So transfer the weight into the right. Balance there. Take a pretty big step back with the left. You can go a little straight with the front leg. Sweep arms up. So straight with the front leg, reach arms up. And then we're going to exhale, bend the front knee and bring the arms down. Inhale, front leg goes straight, arms come up. And exhale, bend front knee, squeeze arms down. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze down. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze down. Inhale up. And exhale, squeeze down. Bring the arms out at a little below shoulder height and squeeze shoulder blades together. Press into the back foot, lift the chest. And the back leg is pretty straight, front knee is bent. Last breath deeply in and out. And straighten front leg, bring hands to the hips. Then we're going to push off the back foot to come and stand at the front of the mat again. Bend your knees and transfer the weight onto the left leg and take a step back. And remember to have a little distance between your feet, left and right. Then you can go straight with your front leg. It takes a little balance. You've got to kind of get your balance. Then sweep arms up. And as you bend the front knee, exhale, squeeze the elbows down. Inhale up. Exhale, press into your back foot. Bring it up, inhale. You try and have your whole back foot grounded. Exhale, bend, squeeze shoulders back, inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale. Hold here. Few breaths. Squeeze shoulders back. Up, and then bring the arms out at below shoulder height. Squeeze them back more. Lift the chest. Ground into the back leg, back foot. Back leg is more straight. And then straighten the front leg. Bring the hands on the hips. Push off the back foot to come and stand at the front of the mat. Right, and then when we get to the front of the mat, shake off one leg, shake off the other leg. Shaking is very useful for the nervous system, so give a shake both legs. And then give a shake with your right arm. Give a shake with your left arm. And then give a whole body shake. The idea is to look silly. Okay, so give a whole body shake. Looks silly, the sillier the better. And then release. Take your legs nice and wide. We'll do the wide leg standing folds. Sweep your arms up. And exhale, bring the hands down to the ground and bend the knees any amount that you need to get hands on the ground. Take a little lift through the front body and then let your head hang down and look back between the legs. If you're comfortable, legs are straight, that's fine. If you need them bent, do that. Let the spine traction hang down. Deep breath in and out. And then we're going to heel toe the feet together and come back into a squat. Come back into a squat. And then from the squat onto your hands and knees. Next, we'll take low lunge, and it can be very helpful to open up your blanket for low lunge underneath to keep the back knee happy. From hands, and if you have yoga blocks, they're really useful in this pose. So from hands and knees, going to take the right leg forward, help it forward. You have the blocks, bring your hands on blocks. If you don't, have your fingers tented. And then you back out a little bit with the hips going back, and then slowly go into the stretch so that you just feel the tugging across the top of the back thigh and through the hip flexor. You don't want to go too deep. You can move a little in and out. So while you're doing it, allow yourself to sometimes back out. If you don't feel any stretch through the back leg, then you move the knee back a little bit and let the pelvis descend. You can let your pelvis move side to side while you do this. And if it's difficult to have your right arm on the outside of the leg, you can bring both hands to the inside of the leg. That's where the blocks are so helpful. If you have yoga blocks, then yoga blocks make a lot of things, give you more choices, basically, is what it does. So the pelvis goes side to side. That's it. Side to side with the pelvis. And then slowly come out onto hands and knees. Feel the difference. You can usually feel across the top of the left thigh has been just woken up quite nicely. Take the left foot forward. Sometimes it's a bit awkward getting it there, but you manage. Do your best. Yoga blocks, if you have them, they're not so expensive, yoga blocks. And if you can, you get the thicker ones, the ones that are 3 inches across this direction. And there are skinnier ones, but the thicker one is better. And, or you can bring the hands both to the inside and then just playing in your lunge where you come out and you release in. So it's not like, we don't want to jam ourselves into a pose and then it's like, oh my goodness. Just treating your body gently. Sukha, just enjoy, comfortable, blissful, happy. And ahimsa, practicing non-harm towards yourself as well. The ahimsa is practicing non-harm in our life, but it applies to our yoga practice and our attitude we have towards the body and towards our, movement, poses, practice. So a little side to side. And sthira, sukha sthira. Sthira means steady or grounded. Grounded or steady. Okay, so hips a little side to side. Last moment here, moving in and out as you explore and sense. You're living in your body, I'm not in your body, and this is our embodiment for this lifetime. Of course, the cells are always renewing themselves. We're not the same body we were 7 years ago, because every cell has renewed itself, or, we're very impermanent, fragile beings, yet also resilient. Slowly come out. Very nice. Slowly come out. And let's sit up with your legs extended out. You might like to sit up on the blanket. Extend your legs out. Just go a little side to side to help you feel your sitting bones. You might even bring your hands under and just palpate that part of the pelvis that we call the sitting bone. Okay, with the legs extended out, bring the sole of the left foot into the right thigh and turn a little towards, and this leg, the sole of the left foot into the right thigh. So you can grab a yoga block or some blankets. I've got some hand towels here. So it can be helpful to prop something under there or a pillow if it's not comfortable. You can do any or all of that. Bring the left arm up and exhale it around to the outside of the right leg, and then give a swipe to your belly and take a twist towards the right. Your right toes, you try and pull back, and you take a few breaths here, smoothly in and out through the nose. Breathing in and out through the nose as much as we can all of the time. Turn over the leg. And then I like to slide my left arm down and bring the right arm over so that my arms cross, and then take a little forward bend. You can keep the toes pulled back if you like. Doesn't matter how far you go, try and bend from the hips and make sure you can breathe well. Little bend, let the head release down. You can also do this with your leg bent and forward bend over a bent leg. Take about 5 breaths in and out through the nose and lengthening your exhale so that the exhale is longer than your inhale. So there's a gentle breath in, and then the exhale is longer, even twice as long. So that means you push the air out, your belly pushes, tones back, and the ribs, muscles between the ribs squeeze. So we're deliberately lengthening the out breath. Let the spine dangle. Of course, always come out of the pose early if you wish. Okay, last breath in and out. Long exhale. And then bring yourself up. Extend your legs out. And take a moment. You can extend the legs out, or you can just lean back with the knees bent, whatever is more comfortable for you. And then because it's yoga, we do the other side. Definitely one of the things I fell in love with about yoga was it always equal opportunity. Not like with softball, I always had to throw with the right arm, or with hockey, I always had to do it the right side, or golf, you know. And I always found that unbalanced. And then I met yoga and I was like, oh, finally something we do side to side. Okay, so we figure ourselves, get ourselves this side, take the right arm up and exhale the right arm to the outside of the left leg. And then lift the chest. You can swipe with your left hand, give a little swipe in the belly. The left hand goes behind you. And let's take a couple of breaths, twisting. And look at the extended leg, and then start to slide the right arm down, bring the left arm over, and then take a forward bend, hinge at the hips. Try not to round the back too much, especially at the base of the ribs. Pull the toes back a bit, let the head hang down. And forward fold and lengthen your exhalations. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Squeeze the air out on the exhales and see if the spine lengthens a bit more. It's not a one-way street with any of the poses. You can come out a little bit and go back into it. Long breath out, squeeze the air out. Two more. And then slowly come up when you're ready. Extend the legs out, feel the legs now. We did forward bend over both sides. And then we'll take a supported bridge. Actually, we'll take regular bridge and then we'll take supported bridge. So get your blanket folded up. So you want to have a firm blanket. The soft pillow cushions don't work as well. Or you can have one block. And we'll do a regular bridge and then we'll place the bolster blanket underneath. So lie down on your back, nothing under the head, nothing under the pelvis. Have your feet about hip distance apart and a little bit away from your tush. Arms down along your side. And what we'll do is we'll peel the back up off the ground. So you feel the back of the pelvis and you press the belly into the ground while you start to lift the back of the pelvis. Then you peel the low back and the waist and the upper back up. Press the arms down. You can bend the elbows and press down through the arms, or you can interlace behind you. Lifting up and work the legs and take a few breaths here in this pose. The chin comes a little in towards the throat. The heart lifts towards the chin. Make sure the back of your neck is comfortable. Don't overdo that. And then slowly come down, opposite the way we went up. Bring the upper back and then press the waist into the ground and then the low back. And then finally let the back of the pelvis release down, relax a moment. Then with your block or your blanket, so stay lying on your back and you press down into the feet, lift the pelvis up and slide it underneath the back of your pelvis. So you want to feel like you can just relax. Doesn't want to be too much arch, so avoid it being in the low back with the butt hanging off. You want the back of the butt, the sacrum, the back, like just above the tailbone, supported. And you can also use your block for this. Okay. Keeping the left foot on the ground, bring the right knee in and extend the right leg to the sky. You can take a circle with the ankle there. And then bend the knee, bring the foot to the ground, bring the left knee in, extend to the sky, circle, and as you circle the ankle, you can feel the connection down your leg. Bend the knee, bring it down. And we'll slowly extend the legs out, and you can adjust the block a little bit more towards the heels or a little bit, up, but you want to feel very comfortable in the low back, very supported. You can extend one leg out, pull the toes back, test the waters out. You can extend the other leg back, pull the toes back, test the waters. And then if all is good, both legs can extend out. So usually I find I need to adjust the block. For me, it's a little bit towards the heels. Pull the toes back, and then you can give another little tap across the top of the hip flexors, the front hip bone. And then there's some very fibrous, strong, ropey, soft tissue, the hip flexor tendon. And then it comes down onto the meat of the front of the thigh. So do this or keep the knees bent. We'll stay here about a minute. So this is for Victor. I hope you like this. This is nice for the front of the hips. You can at some point relax the legs if that feels good, or you keep the toes pulling back. The idea is to find a place where you can relax in this supported passive back bend. And if you can't find a relax, if you're like, yeah, no, that's not relaxing for me today, then you just come out. You do something a little different. You're in the driver's seat. I'm your guide only, but you make the decisions based upon what you want to do in your body and listening with gentleness and wisdom, seeing, making choices, what serves you best today, throughout your day. Okay, so last couple of breaths there. And then bend your knees and lift the pelvis up and move the block or the blanket off to the side. Great, and slowly down and rest there. Do what you like. Just take a rest in whichever way is nice for you. So simple, so good. I hope you enjoyed that. So we're just going to take a twist each side, and then we'll take Shavasana. So roll all the way over onto your right side. All the way over onto your right side. Bring your knees in, and you can use blocks or blankets in various ways. You could bring a block between the knees. You could have your bottom leg more straight and the top leg more bent up. You can bring a block underneath the top leg. So lots of choices. And then slide the right arm through and open the left arm shoulder. If it's too much to open all the way, you can keep the arm bent and just place the left hand on the shoulder or the hip or the ribs, or you extend out and you take a few breaths here. Breathing, directing the air, especially into the left lung. Breathing in and out through the nose. Feeling the massaging effect in your belly, in your abdomen, in your intestines. The soft part, our area of digestion. And then bring yourself back. Lie on your back, slowly out. And take yourself over to the right to lie all the way. Start lying all the way up on the left, curl into a ball. Adjust your legs, use your props however you wish. So that way you slide the left arm forward and open the right arm. And the right arm can also rest on the ribs or the side hip. Breathe in and out through the nose, and especially using this opportunity to direct the breath deeply into the right lung area. One or two breaths more. When you're ready, bring yourself onto your back. And then we finish with Shavasana. So you can use props to make your Shavasana more comfortable. In Shavasana, we let go of all effort. Allow yourself, so you can put something underneath the back of the knees. I'm popping my blocks. You can use your blanket, roll up your blanket underneath the back of the knees. Can be very helpful to releasing the hips. And the arms, you have them down by your side, have them a little bit away from the body, not tucked too close in, but let the arms be at least a foot away. If you wear glasses, take off your glasses and take a sigh. And allow yourself to rest with a spacious heart like sky. Noticing moment to moment. The rest, where you do nothing, is also a meditation on impermanence. And watching moment by moment. Observing, noticing, being spacious and resting.